I tested a few different mobs, including some pretty interesting ones, to see exactly how they would interact with Sculk catalysts in Minecraft. Oh, you don't know what a Sculk catalyst is? Just a block that can store XP dropped by most mobs in Minecraft via extra blocks called Sculk. And yes, I said most. If you stick around to the end, you'll see the one exception to the rule. Anyways, let's start testing. So for our very first test, I chose a chicken. It's a pretty simple baseline test. It can drop between 1 and 3 XP, which corresponds to 1 and 3 Sculk blocks. Next I did the frog, which similarly has between 1 and 3 XP that can be dropped. After that, I did my least favorite mob, the glow squid, and you wouldn't believe it. It also has 1 to 3 Sculk blocks that can spawn. And similarly, the horse also does 1 to 3 Sculk blocks. This is because all of these mobs are passive mobs, and passive mobs all have the exact same amount of XP that they drop. Next, I did a creeper, which is the first hostile mob that I tested. It can drop 5 XP, which yet again corresponds to 5 Sculk blocks. After that, I swapped to my next bar of eggs and spawned a zombie. The zombie similarly has 5 XP that it drops for 5 Sculk. Next I killed a baby zombie, and this one surprised me because I was unaware that baby zombies drop more XP than typical hostile mobs. They can drop 12 plus another 1 to 3 XP per piece of equipment that they're wearing. After that I spawned a hoglin, and actually I spawned a baby hoglin because Minecraft just had to be weird. After killing that, it dropped about 3 XP. Nothing much, definitely not something for a XP farm. Then I tried a full-size hoglin, and that dropped the expected 5 XP for a hostile mob. I kind of expected it to drop more since it's a bigger mob, tougher mob, but we're stuck with the basic 5. Next I summoned an Evoker, which is a semi-boss type mob, and that dropped 11 Sculk blocks. This was one that I was not able to find the XP amount for on the Minecraft wiki, so this was new. After the Evoker came the Elder Guardian, which gave me a little bit of trouble. It seems that Sculk catalysts require whatever mob you kill to be actually touching the blocks that it's going to convert. So the first time I killed it, it dropped nothing. I was a little bit confused, and then I tried to build a cage, and that didn't work. But when I killed it, it actually dropped 10 levels of XP, which corresponded to 10 Sculk blocks. Not bad, but for the hassle of having to have it touch the ground when it's a water-based mob, probably not worth your time. Next up, I tried the guardian of these Sculk blocks, the Warden. And this one, I had no idea how it was going to go because the wiki has not been updated to show whether he actually drops Sculk or not when he's killed. So after the long grueling process of ending his life, he only dropped 5 XP. He drops as much XP as any other basic mob. Once again, Mojang is encouraging us to not kill the Warden. Unfortunate. Next up, I wanted to try some mobs that drop a little bit more XP than normal. So I spawned a wither and used commands to kill the wither. And this one dropped a ton of XP, filling an entire corner of the area I'd made. It ended up creating a total of 19 Sculk blocks after it was killed. Kind of wild, but once again, for the amount of time it takes to kill the wither, probably not best for making a Sculk farm. After that, I decided I would try one final mob to see how it would interact with the Sculk blocks. Yep, that's right, the Ender Dragon. So I summoned him in, and the same way as the wither, I used commands to kill him. And unfortunately, he does not drop any XP for the Sculk catalyst. I would love an explanation for that one, Mojang. Thanks for watching the video. If you enjoyed, make sure to like and subscribe, and that's all.